Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we have the don'ts and visiting Puerto Rico. I'm doing this video simply because, man, I actually just came from Puerto Rico. What was it? Yesterday, I believe. Yesterday, I landed back to Florida, and I seen this video popped up. I don't know why. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just do it, man. I want to do this video simply because I want to see if we did any of these don'ts. You feel me? And I also want to see if we the other places in Puerto Rico that I didn't go to, I didn't visit, just for next time, because that won't be the last time I actually visit Puerto Rico. I'm gonna go again, and let me tell you, man, I had a great time. It was amazing. So many places to see and so many food to eat, man. Like, y'all know, man. And one thing that I will say, man, the greenery over there is amazing, dog. When I tell you it's green, like, we went to the countryside to do the horseback riding, to do the ATVs. The thing was amazing, man. I actually have a video in this, a vlog type video, style video about Puerto Rico coming out very soon. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm telling you, it was amazing, man. I enjoyed it very, very, very much. So yeah, man, we're gonna get to this video. I know it's been a while on this channel. Hey, we back at it again, man. We're gonna start going crazy again. I'm telling you, we are. Yeah, man, without further ado, we're gonna get straight to the video. Come on.
There's Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here in Rincon, Puerto Rico for the don'ts of visiting Puerto Rico. And my first don't for you really could start before you come to Puerto Rico or right when you get here, and that is, don't be afraid to ask the locals what to do. Look, people from Puerto Rico love Puerto Rico. You'll see the flags flying everywhere. You'll feel the pride they have in their country, whether they're still living in Puerto Rico or if they're living in the US or around the world. And what's great is they will share their tips for you. They'll let you know where their uncles live and their aunties live.
That's so true. That's actually so true, man. We met this guy. It was an Uber driver, man. He was telling us, like, yeah, my mother-in-law lives right there. My sister lived right there. Like, our Airbnb was right there by his sister's house. And it was like, damn, it was like, that was so cool. Like, you know, he was just telling us all these stuff about, you know, about Puerto Rico and stuff like that. It was a very, very nice guy, man. Yeah, it was good. It was good dude. It was a good dude, man. And that's true about the flags also. Every beach that we went to, like, you see there was a big flag, you know, all of that, man. It was amazing. It was a great time.
Set up a driver for you. They'll tell you, oh, this is the best place for Monfongo. Oh, if you want to get lechon, you got to go to the Ruta de Lechon and go eat it there, because that's the best way. Get it by the pounds, because you're going to love it. I mean, you see how happy I am? Because my Puerto Rican friends, our Puerto Rican fans, I just mentioned we're thinking of going to Puerto Rico, and the outpouring of support, the outpouring of ideas, places to go is amazing. So don't forget to ask. Don't be worried to ask. And when you get here, the people are super friendly, so they will help you as well. And that's really, really wonderful. But there's something I need to kind of tell you when you come here is, don't just blindly speak English when you're here, okay? Puerto Rico, yes, they have two official languages, Spanish and English, okay? So you can get by in both pretty much everywhere. But I'm going to tell you, just because it's a U.S. territory doesn't mean everybody speaks English here, especially if you get outside of like San Juan or here in Rincon or any of the big tourist areas. Spanish is much more prevalent. English is a lot less happening.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I'm sorry I keep pausing, but cause I just came from there, and like, you know, that I'm just, you know, I got a lot to say. But yeah, like, I was shocked. I thought everyone would speak English. When we try to talk to people, yeah, no, not everybody speak English. Like, everyone will, they'll kind of understand what you're saying, but they don't really speak English for real. A lot of people do speak English, but most, like, the people that we met, they don't really speak English. So I don't know. It was kind of a little hard to talk to some people. Like, but we didn't meet other people that spoke good English, like very good and stuff like that. So it was just like, you know, some people, they didn't speak English like that.
I have that. So practice your Spanish before you come. Even if you just, you know, learn a few words. Gracias is thank you. Por favor is please. Sí is yes. Just doing that, like, just makes people so happy and much more welcoming. I mean, they're already welcoming, but just trying a little Spanish, like, lo siento, no hablo español. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish, will help people out. And if it's in tourism, they'll know. They'll switch to English, no problem, or they'll just start in English with you. Yeah. So don't worry about it, but just realize that you do need some Spanish when you are here, especially if you're going more inland and not by the tourist places, okay? So don't just go blindly in English. Do practice some of that Spanish when you're here. And even if you don't speak Spanish and the people you meet might not speak English really well, they'll still give you that advice I was talking about before. Now, a kind of a more serious don't I have when you do come here is, I said, this is a U.S. territory, and I would say don't get into the political talk about Puerto Rico is, its statehood or its territory or independence. That discussion, it's a really deep issue for the people of Puerto Rico, and I'm not from here, you're not from here, you don't understand what this means to them, They're conquered by Spain, conquered by the U.S. I mean, there's a lot to unpack for the Puerto Rican people here, and you as a tourist, come and enjoy the beautiful ocean, or the beautiful,
Man, like, what he's saying is true. I mean, we didn't talk about this with nobody and stuff like that, so we know we didn't do that. But I was just trying to see this, like, hold on.
You as a tourist, come and enjoy the
like, look at this, man. Like, this beautiful water, man. Like, bro, watching this video is just making me miss it even more, dog. Like, bro, like, man, the beaches over there are so beautiful, dog. So beautiful. Like, everything is just so nice. Oh man, I miss it already, dog. Man.
Ocean, or the beautiful, beaches, the bioluminescence bays, or the fantastic food that's here. We can't possibly understand that. So I do kind of recommend not getting into that topic when you are here, just to avoid any headaches. Because, if you want to talk about it, just mention, hey, I've noticed like places like Rincon, a lot of mainlanders have moved here, and that could lead into a discussion as well. So just be aware of that. But nothing bad is going to really happen to you. I think that the bad that might happen to you when you're here is my next don't for you, and that is, don't forget to be defensive with your driving when you're here in Puerto Rico, because people drive more on the aggressive side.
Oh, nah. People drive crazy. I'll say it. People drive crazy over there, man. Like, I was on my Uber holding it to the thing like this, bro. I'm like, bro, nah, man. People drive crazy, man. And, oh, man. When I tell you, dog, oh, man. Like, two places I've been where people, like, drive extremely crazy. I went to Brazil. Like, Brazil is worse, though. Brazil is worse than Puerto Rico. But Puerto Rico, y'all drive crazy, man. I'll be the one to say, I'm sorry. I gotta be 100% blunt with y'all. Yeah, man, y'all drive crazy. That was insane. That was insane, bro. Every single time, bro, I'm like this. Like, holding on tight to that. Ah, man, that was crazy.
You are here, so be ready for some quick lane changes and stops really quick, and people going, oh, I forgot my exit, and pulling over, and then with all the tourists that are here, not knowing where they're going. I mean, there's a lot of things you need to kind of consider when you're driving here, so just be ready for it. I mean, if you're coming from a big city like a Chicago or New York, you'll be fine, but if you're a small town guy like myself, be ready for it, and just know that just because you're a tourist, don't think that will get you out of a ticket. But I will say, the police officer that gave us a ticket by Isabella was very nice. The people at the Isabella Town Hall, where we paid our multa, our fine, were wonderful. Okay, so be aware from that. A couple of the other don'ts I have when you're driving.
Question. If you got a rental and you get a ticket, how does that work? Does it go on your license or something? Yeah, maybe that's how it is. How do you... I don't know.
Around to get the toll pass just to save yourself the headache. A lot of the rental agencies might have it already included in there, but it's important to ask about it. And yeah, don't think because you didn't see the sign that that's an excuse not to get a ticket for speeding, just FYI. But I think for the signage, another don't I have here is don't get confused by the signage when it comes to driving around, because the mile markers are actually in kilometers and the distance to the exits are in kilometers. But the speed limit is in miles per hour, okay? So do be aware of that, and you'll see how sometimes that can be a little confusing, but if you know it, it's a little bit more helpful. Another important don't to go with those kilometers and miles thing is, don't forget that the gas is actually priced in liters, not in gallons. Because I know if you're thinking gallons, that's a great price, but no, take that times 3.75, that gives you the per gallon price, so they sell by liter. So yeah, just know that, though. Honestly, the gas prices here are pretty similar to what we pay in Illinois, so not a big deal there. Now, if you're planning a trip here to Puerto Rico, one thing I gotta say is don't skip out on one of the bioluminescent bays here in Puerto Rico. There's 3 of like 5 in the world where you like kayak in the water and it glows behind you. You put your hand and shake it and it kind of glows, or do a boat tour and see that. There's 3 here in Puerto Rico. One is about an hour and a half south of here in the southwest corner of the island. Another one's in the northeast corner of the island. You can go up there. That's probably the easiest one if you're in San Juan to go visit. And then there's one out on one of the islands you can go see. That's Mosquito Bay. That's probably the best one to do. But do go one and don't skip out on it because it really is amazing. But I got to tell you, don't forget to book it in advance, because if you're here on weekends or during high tourist season, those tours, those kayak tours, those boat tours, those swimming through it tours, they do book up, so that can be a problem. Also, don't forget that the moon has a big part of it. New moon is better than the full moon, all right? Now, let's get back to some of the really, really important stuff when you come to Puerto Rico. The food, okay?
Oh, yeah. Man, the food was amazing. Food was amazing, man. Food was top tier. Man, what we had? We went to Piñones. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This place called Piñones. They had all type of street food. They had like local bars over there. Like, I think that area was, there was just a lot of locals. There was not many tourists, which is exactly how I like it. And you get to experience Puerto Rico for real, for real. We went there, man. We got like empanadas. We got kebabs. And like we did the beef empanada was so good, man. It was so good. Like the kebab over there was just, oh man. We went, bro. We was probably at that place every single day, bro. Like I had one on TikTok and I found the place. Then we went there. We loved the food over there so much. We went there the next day, the day after that. We went for seconds with that kebab. Bro, that thing was just amazing, dog. And the drinks are good, man. I will go back again. It was amazing.
Don't feel bad if you buy your lechon by the pound, okay? Lechon is suckling roast pig. And you'll see some of the kioscos. They're like little huts on the side of the road that they'll be selling them. There's actually a ruta del lechon, a pork route, the root of the pork, I guess, that you can go to and just get lechon. And it's so good. And the thing is you might see pernil, which is another form of pork, with your mofongo or other foods. But lechon is the bomb. Like you gotta have that when you're here. And yes, you do order by the pound, so do enjoy it because you'll be pounding it down because it's so good, okay? But another don't I have food with the food is don't be anti-plantain. Look, plantains, you know, the banana, they're super popular here. They come in a lot of things. You might have tostones for a start, which is a plantain that's fried, then smashed and fried again, like kind of like not a chip, but like a smushed, like I guess you'd call it like a banana hash brown almost. There's sometimes a little toppings on that. That's a really wonderful starter. Or you have amarillas, which is like a sweet fried banana, which is, those are delightful. I love those. You get those as a side sometimes. I mean, I had a plantain stuffed with seafood at one of the places we went to eat. So plantains will pop up a lot. So just be ready for the place we went to eat.
There's a name for this though. I forgot the name of it. It's like a smashed plantain. But I had the smashed sweet plantain. Oh my goodness. There's a name for it. It started with a C, I think. I don't remember. But this was amazing. This was very, very, very good. Like, but I had the sweet one. Yeah, it was great.
Plantains will pop up a lot. So just be ready for that when you see it on the menu, because the biggest one is mofongo. Mofongo is the
Yep, that's it. Mofongo. That's what it is. It ain't start with no C, dog. Mofongo. Yep, that's what it was, man. The sweet plantain mofongo. That's what it was. Oh man, that thing was amazing. 10 out of 10. That thing was so good, man. So good.
The Puerto Rican food, they think of mofongo, and what it is those plantains. They're fried and smashed, and it kind of forms into, you'll see it like a dome kind of. Sometimes they'll put the like steak, skirt steak, or camarones, shrimp in there, or chicken. They'll put, I mean, the stewed meat in there. It's so good. Sometimes it's on the side. The fancy places on top. But if you're like roadside place, you'll be happy with what you get. But mofongo and the plantains, that's what makes the bowl so good. So good. That's one thing you really got to have. Yep. And one thing is, I know when you come to the Caribbean and you go in Central America, you'll notice that rice and beans are very popular. I'm going to tell you here in Puerto Rico, don't mix the rice and beans when you serve them. Now, you have your rice and they'll bring you a bowl of beans, and you might share that with the person next to you at the restaurant, like at your table, not like some random dude, okay? But you'll like scoop your own beans and put it on. They don't just put it together. So if you're making dinner for your Puerto Rican friends, do not mix those beans together. Also, I found interesting.
I didn't have no rice and beans over there. Maybe I should have tried it. I don't know. The food that I had I had steak, some type of steak. I wanted to try their steak over there. It was all right. It wasn't all that good. If I'm being honest, it wasn't all that, but everything else was good. I had a red snapper over there, like talking about a big red snapper. Oh my goodness, that thing was amazing. I had this snapper twice somewhere. Man, I can't remember these places. There's a place called Carmaine. It's in that same area as Piñones. You just gotta keep walking, and you see Carmaine. And that thing, man, that place. Oh man, that place was amazing too, man. Like I don't know, man. Puerto Rico, I really enjoyed it. As I can see, man, I love it, and the greenery was amazing, man. I didn't even talk about that. Yeah, like you feel me? The greenery was good, the food was good, like the vibes was good, people was nice, man. I can't like you guys, man. You guys, Puerto Rican that's watching this video right now, y'all got a nice place, man. Y'all should be proud, man. Of course, y'all all proud to be Puerto Rican, man. It was just. I was very happy with you guys' culture, and yeah, and I enjoyed myself, man. Hey, like I always say in my videos, man, don't take it for granted, man. You guys have a wonderful, beautiful place, man. Not every place is like this. You feel me? The greenery, the nice beaches and stuff like that, man. It was great.
Black beans either. Now, another thing I think you need to realize in terms of when you eat here is I would say this: don't get in a hurry with your food.
Yep, I had a snapper. I don't know if that's a red snapper, but I had a snapper look similar.
Whether you're going out for drinks, whether you're going out for snacks, just getting some tostones, or you're going out to go eat, like at a restaurant, service speed is not fast here. They're preparing the food. A lot of times, maybe there's only one person or two people cooking in the back. You gotta have patience when you're here. Remember, we're on an island. Island time. Relax when you're here. Enjoy Puerto Rico.
That's true though. I did realize that. Like well, every time we went to a restaurant, what would happen is like they would take a long time to come to you. Like here usually, like when you go to a restaurant, you have a waiter come to you right away. Be like, oh yeah, if you what you want to drink, right? There it takes a very long it takes a long time for them to come to you first. Then once they come to you and ask you like what you want to drink, what you want to eat and stuff like that, they get to it right away. And I usually get your food pretty fast after that. It just take a long time for them to come take your order and stuff like that. That's from my experience.
You realize that it's going to take some time to get your food sometimes. So if you have kids, I might actually get a starter like empanadilla, which are like little half moon stuffed pastries, which they're wonderful. Just get them, okay?
Right.
There's meat, chicken, seafood. My kids have loved them too. Give them an appetizer to kind of tide them while you're waiting for your food, just to be aware of that. I also think another important thing to mention is you're coming to Puerto Rico. Don't think Puerto Rico is going to be cheap. One,
That's
the
true.
locals be like, dude, it's not cheap. And me as a mainlander coming here, going out to eat in Puerto Rico is like, if you're in San Juan, it's like going out to eat in Chicago in terms of the prices. Here in Rincon, it's like going and eating out at my hometown. I'm not saving a ton of cash going to Puerto Rico, okay? So don't think it's going to be...
No, that's true though. I mean, I did realize that early, like because when you go to other places, like I said, I've recently came from Brazil. Like you go out to eat in Brazil, you get a full meal for $10 to $15. You feel me? And it's very, very cheap, right? But you go to Puerto Rico, it's not like that at all, because the value of our currency is the same. You feel me? So we use the same exact money. So you feel me? So it's like like I'll pay the exact same amount I pay here in Florida than in Puerto Rico. So yeah, don't expect it to be cheap. It's not cheap at all.
I'm not saying it's super expensive either, but don't think this is going to be a cheap thing to do. So just be aware of that when you are booking things, whether you're going to do one of the bioluminescent space, or you're going to go out to eat. You'll notice that your wallet doesn't think it's as cheap as you might think it is, okay?
Facts.
So, but there are deals you can get. That's why I always say, go eat those kiosks, the kioscos and stuff, and that can help you save a bit. But
yeah, if you get an Airbnb, usually, I don't know, our Airbnb had give us like a booklet of places to eat. And in these places, I think they have a deal with the Airbnb where if you go eat at these places that they recommend, you get like 15-20% off and stuff like that, which was very helpful.
But one of the things you can do to kind of save money when you're here is don't skip out at eating in one of the kioscos, one of the little stands you'll see. I mean, there you have them from sliders and hamburgers and stuff to seafood. And sometimes those places do have better prices than restaurants, but don't feel weird going, should I be eating at one of these stands? Yes, you should. The food is fantastic there, okay? So don't worry about it. You'll see little food trucks around too. You can enjoy those. And another donut I have for you is...
I actually like the street food more than the restaurant food and stuff like that. That's why we was in Piñones all the time, because it was just so good.
In your US dollars, because this is a US territory and the US dollar is the currency here. And so when you are here, do bring some cash with you. There's ATMs a lot of places where you can get cash out, but sometimes it's just easy to bring it with you. One thing I'll say, you can use credit cards a lot of places when you're here. That hasn't been a problem. American Express occasionally has been problematic, but Visa and MasterCard, not a big deal. But if you're going to be going to those kioscos and buying your lechon, like have cash to pay some of these things, because some places are more of a cash-based business, and also it makes things a lot faster in paying. So do be aware of that. And hey, if you're coming from the U.S., don't forget that this is a domestic flight if you're coming from the U.S. So you don't need your passport if you're a U.S. citizen. You can fly with your driver's license here if you're from the U.S. So that can be really helpful. So if you don't want to go get a passport, but you want to get kind of an international experience and see some beautiful stuff, come to Puerto Rico. And when you're coming to Puerto Rico, there's a couple things you don't want to forget. Don't forget to bring your sunblock, your bug spray, and some kind of sun protection like hats or whatever. I mean, you can get it all over here. There's Walgreens here. You can go to the store and pick it up. But I find it's cheaper at home because remember, island time, island prices, okay? Bring it from home. You have it. If you got little kids, you can get the beach stuff here. But if there's a couple beach toys, bring it with you just to save a little money if you want. But you can pick it up all here. One thing I will say, if you do go to the restaurants, don't forget to tip. If you go to a restaurant, 15 to 20% is the tip you're going to leave to your restaurant server, okay? This isn't, I'll leave them $1. No, 15 to 20%, okay? That's what you tip here. If you're at the bar and you're getting drinks, leave $1 per drink for your bartender, okay? Your guides, you want to be tipping them as well. This is part U.S. territory, so the tipping culture is here as well. That's how they're making their money, so do be aware of it. And that was a specific don't that some of the waiters and waitresses here wanted me to say for international travelers coming here, because a lot of them don't think they need to tip, but you do need to tip when you are here in Puerto Rico. Now let's talk about some of the fun things you're going to do when you're here. One, obviously, don't miss out on the beaches when you're here. And there are beaches, I mean, the whole island all around has amazing beaches, but don't forget to check the water before you go, because there are riptides, and we were on the north coast and really rough waves, and there'll be signs saying before you go, because there are riptides.
Look at this. You see how beautiful the waves are, man. I miss it, dog. I miss Puerto Rico already, man. I just got
on the
back
north
too.
coast and really rough waves, and there'll be signs saying don't go in the water. It's not for swimming. It's just for laying on the beach and looking, or maybe getting your ankles wet. So that is one thing I think you need to really realize. Other things, don't forget to go to Old San Juan and see the history there. Going to El Morro, go to the San Cristobal Castle, going to see the cathedral, walking around and see the buildings that are all painted up, and it's just beautiful when you're there. You have that, and a lot of people, that's all they see because they come in on a cruise. So if you're not on a cruise, you have time. My next don't for you is don't just go to Old San Juan. Explore the island. Even if you're only getting to El Yunque National Forest, where you can go hiking there. Don't go off the pass, FYI. Or if you want to go see some of the cave systems that are around the island, you can go see that. The beautiful beaches, the bioluminescent bays, the towns. There's some small towns you can go visit and cities you can visit that are cute, that can be great for tourists. So there's a lot of stuff for you to see if you want to go around and explore. So don't skip out on Old San Juan, but don't think it's just Old San Juan when you come here. Another note I have for you when you're here.
Man, there's just so much to do over there. From what I've seen, there's just so much to do, man. Like, if you here, because I was there for like 4 days, I think. And I'm like, bro, like, we didn't even scratch the surface, bro. We didn't even scratch the surface on what we wanted to do. Like, there's always something to do. And like, dang, man. That's why I'm saying I gotta go back.
If there is a baseball game going on and you can go watch one, don't pass up the chance to go watch baseball. That is the national pastime here. People are passionate about it. You'll still see people wearing Roberto Clemente Pirates jerseys throughout the island. I mean, baseball is Puerto Rico. So if you get a chance, go to a game. Even if it's a small town game or something like that, go and watch. It's a fun thing to do, and you'll see kids playing baseball and adults playing baseball at some of the baseball diamonds around the island. You know what? Maybe make a friend, throw the ball around and go hit some, but definitely don't pass up a baseball game. Now, another thing I think is important, because Puerto Rico is a popular destination for travelers, especially from the U.S. because the no passport thing. And one thing I want to say is don't forget to book your accommodation early, because there's plenty of accommodation, but the parts that you want to stay in are close to the sites, or in Old San Juan, or you know, here in Recon. Like there's places you're going to go that you're going to want to be closer to the action, and you need to do that by booking ahead, especially if you're going to come for a weekend, because a lot of people just fly down here for the weekend. I mean, it's like a 3.5 hour flight from Atlanta. I think it's like a 4-hour flight maybe from New York. So that's really, really cool. But tourists do come here. Booking the accommodation earlier is a little bit more helpful. Also, book your car rental once you got things figured out, just to make your life easier, okay? Now, when you are driving around, one thing I want to tell you is don't expect to have great cell service everywhere, or even when you're not driving around, when you're just around towns and stuff, don't always expect to have, you know, 5G, 6G, 7G service and all this stuff. I haven't had any problems making phone calls, but getting the data sometimes can be iffy. So what I'd recommend is download your maps for where you're going to go. Screen capture your information from your Airbnb, whether it's the directions or the codes to get in, because that's a very popular way to get your information here. So have that in case you don't have signal. Also, don't worry if you're coming from San Juan. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from San Juan from here. You can actually hire a car at the airport in San Juan that will bring you here, and you can...
Yeah, that's exactly what we did to go to our B&B. Our B&B was like 2, 3, 4 minutes. 4 minutes, I'll say max, from the airport, which was really good.
But I would want to get that kind of set up before you came. But yeah, rental cars aren't a problem here. But it is a nice little place to be.
Oh, yeah.
It is very much a tourist place to visit. Whether you're here for the surfing, whether you're here to go see the lighthouse, to enjoy the food, because yes, you have a lot of Puerto Rican food when you're here. You'll still get your mofongo, you'll still get your lechon, you'll have that. And on the weekends, if you see one of those lechon kiosks, definitely grab some lechon, by the pound, of course. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I'll say bye from here in Ring.
Yeah, man, Puerto Rico was amazing. Puerto Rico was amazing. I enjoyed it very, very much. Yeah, man, would I go again? Absolutely. Do I love it? I love it over there. Absolutely. What else? Yeah, man. It was just a great time, man. It was just a great time, and like I said, don't take it for granted. If you live there, enjoy it. Excuse me. Go to the beaches. Actually enjoy the country, man. The greenery is amazing. We went to the rainforest. Absolutely beautiful. The amount of nice looking houses I've seen on the mountain, but oh my goodness, them things, they were beautiful. The greenery, amazing. Yeah, man, that's the video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.